Tuesday, January 28th, 2014. State of the Union, horrific. Shall I review the causes? Where do you begin? Where do you begin? Well, of course, interrupting a little bit, but hey, thanks, speed bike guy. Fiscal disaster. But if you think what the Founding Fathers bequeathed to us, the grand experiment, the Bill of Rights, which is the first 10 amendments, we have the 10 Commandments, the Judeo-Christian moral code that all successful Western civilizations have been built on. We've abandoned that. We've abandoned the Bill of Rights. We've abandoned the Constitution. And tragically, this country has embraced virtually all of the 10 planks of the Communist Manifesto. And this just didn't happen with Barack Obama, okay? It just didn't start with him. It started, in my view, they tried to do it with the first, second bank of the United States. Then when the ICC passed in around 1866, and they started to have government regulations, that was the beginning of the end. The formalities were the Federal Reserve and the IRS in 1913, and then, of course, the fake depression completely caused artificially, and this whole sickening school of thought called Keynesian economics, that you can tweak the economy by manipulating a fiat currency that's knocked back by gold, which is, of course, completely against what the Constitution provides for, which is gold and silver as money. At least at one point, remember, silver dollars and all that. So we've abandoned the economics, and it's an economic and a political disaster. So it's not just Barack Obama. Of course, he accelerated it with these trillion-dollar deficits, and then the Federal Reserve. Whoever thought it would get to $85 billion a month in stimulus, and low, if not zero, interest rates. In fact, some banks actually charging to deposit cash. So the State of the Union is tragic, horrific, and the best thing to do is to prepare for the consequences of breaking eternal economic laws, breaking moral laws. 55 million abortions since Roe v. Wade. He's taken note. And those 55 little kids have taken note. Luckily, they'll come back and still get to lead their lives. So, in the end, if we could go fast forward a few hundred years or 1,000 years, the guys and girls that'll be in the most pain will be those that terminated the lives. Because those little tiny spirits will come back and have a chance to have a body. So they'll be able to rock on, as do all children that die in infancy. They have it better than people that die older and get judged for screwing up in their life. So, State of the Union, horrific. What can you say? How long is it going to go on? Who knows? Is it horrible right now? Right. There's millions of hardworking people, especially single moms, that work their butts off. They work their asses off, and they have money taken away from them for wars and for all kinds of other things. So this forced redistribution of wealth seems like it's worked, but it hasn't worked. So the collapse will be horrific. It's already baked in the cake. It just, when will the oven be open and we see a burnt cake that's been destroyed? I believe the oven will be open this year. Many of us can look through the glass. We look through the glass, just like you can tell sunset. You can tell those are airplanes coming in. You look through, and the cake is burnt to a crisp. And the cake ain't coming back, you guys. Yep, here in the Arizona desert, drought is coming to California. Lake Mead, it was interesting that I had a chance to film it on the way here, because Lake Mead was pretty darn low. And it'll continue to happen. So, the gathering of Israel to the Rocky Mountains. Some feel it, most don't. The only way to survive what's coming will be the gathering of the elect. They know who they are, and that's That's the way it goes. The gathering of Israel. You know, I was studying theology today, and I was reading where Noah was warning the people for 120 years. 120 years. And the only people that got on the boat were his family. Nowadays, families are divided. The division in the scripture says, upon my house shall it begin. It already has. People are divided. Families are divided. Religions are divided. But the Constitution, I know I'm talking about the United States, but this is the chosen land, okay? The Constitution was given by God. The founding fathers were inspired. And as we go against and reject the Constitution, the United States Constitution, and the Bill of Rights, we have rejected what brings prosperity and happiness. And so the whirlwind and destruction awaits the United States of America. The only hope is to pick up the pieces, and that's what I'm preparing for. And some other people are too. You know who you are. Keep going. Prepare. Prepare. For the hour when this is going to collapse, ye know not. But ye know it will collapse. Meanwhile, rock on, do the best you can. God bless the righteous. But God cannot bless this nation because they have rejected him.